Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today, we have another DB rated duel, Earth Machine versus Dragon Link, and I guess we'll just get right into it. Before we do that, don't forget to like, subscribe, and do all the nice stuff, and let's get to it. So, starting off, I believe I win the die roll. Oh no, he does, and he goes second. I'm using the weird version of uh Machina, like Infinitrack. It's a really janky deck list, very unoptimal. If you really want to check it out, then you could. It's in the eye in top right corner, but it's very unoptimal. So looking at the Dragon Link, nice hand, nice hand, bro. So he has Nibiru. Will probably kill my turn, but I don't care. So we're gonna start with normal summon gear frame. Yeah, use its effect in order to add an unclassed power. Use unclassed power's effect in hand, so it's added from my deck to my hand. I can summon it, and then we'll use its on-field effect to mill a copy of Fortress. This Fortress can act as an extender. We'll overlay the two level 4s into a Gigant X. We'll use the Gigant's ability in order to detach one and search a copy of, I believe I search Harvester. Yeah, I do. Um, so now we're going to go ahead, activate redeployment, discarding a overdrive. We have two, so the second one in the graveyard can act as a like a pot of avarice type of effect. So we're going to go ahead, search two Machina cards. We're going to search Possess Storage and Irradiator. These two cards, if you have both of them in your hand, they just say summon both of them from your hand for free. So it just gets you two free machines on the field. We're going to go ahead and activate Symphonic Warrior Guitar, use effect, summon a copy of Mix from your deck. You're going to go ahead, normal summon Harvester, use Harvester's effect, and we will be grabbing a copy of Bulldozer. We're going to go ahead and link into a Goliath, getting an extra Earth Machine in the graveyard, and then we'll use Bulldozer's effect, tributing it off in order to summon itself, and we'll use it to grab a copy of Trencher. Now, yep, we get the Trencher. I think Nibiru's in around here once I summon the River Stormer. Oh, no, he doesn't. He lets it pass. I search Citadel. I'm not sure if I searched Citadel. I don't think I was running Derek Crane in this current build, so I didn't have like a choice. I think it was just as a like free discard for Citadel, cause why not? I guess. So we summoned the Fortress. Yeah, I think that was the main thing. I have Game on board, but he has Nibiru, so I have to not do that. Thankfully, I have both Irradiator and Possess Storage, so I can summon both of them. Irradiator can summon itself. We can use its effect then to pop itself to summon a Possess Storage, and then this will trigger the Citadel. I believe I was locked into Earth Machines by Dozer, and I just kind of forgot that, but I still, like, pretty much can, like, I can pretty much still recover by just popping Irradiator to summon Gear Frame. Citadel summons itself, and then Trencher summoning a another Infinitrack. Go into the copy of Anger Knuckle. Probably not immediately, but eventually. Um, you go into Goliath's attack for 16 3k, then eventually go for stuff like eventually for you basically just eventually go for stuff like Super Dora off the Anger Knuckle. So we're gonna go into use Harvester's effect to copy the level 9, I believe, and we will go into Earth Slicer. Earth Slicer will detach one to pop, and even though it was technically illegal, it's the play is still there. I can still like very easily ODK even if I don't. I have the overdrive in my hand as a board wipe, and it's really difficult for even Dragon Link to recover from a board wipe and still ODK through it. So we have the 16 3k 3k, and then main phase 2 I go into Super Dora by going into an Anger Knuckle, reviving the Bullet Train in my graveyard, and then yeah, basically just basic stuff. Anger Knuckle effect. Send it has to send a monster. It doesn't make a difference. Just send itself. I couldn't send the it's the overdrive. It does make a difference. Basically, I still have lethal. Going to Dora. So even though it's technically illegal, I still pretty much had the game by recovering. I could still make stuff like Dora in a nutshell. So we're gonna go ahead during siding. He decides to go first again, and basically has full Dragon Link combo through 0 hand traps. So summon. You know, can't do much here, can I? It's not easy to beat Dragon Link board. So I'll just put in fast forward, summon. He even has a World Legacy Guard Dragon on top of that, so you can summon Chamber, get an extra interruption, tidying, goes into Pisty, summons out the Absolute Rider, goes into Romulus, searches Dragon Ravine, gets like he has the Wyver Burster in hand too, absolutely insane. Goes into the Appaloosa, goes into the Tracer, links into Savage, 5 negates, can't do much about that. So I'm going first. I kept the Nibiru in just in case I break. So, um, pretty nice hand. I've got heavy forward, brutal dozer. He has Nibiru again, and has Phantasmate. So let's see how I play through it. Let's search Harvester. Use Harvester's effect. I probably should have searched an Anchor Drill. Gets me more board presence, but I'm going first, so I don't need that board presence that much. So having the extra card in hand is somewhat better, you could argue. So already summoned the mixed just because I don't want to get locked into Earth Machine that early. We overlay into River Stormer. He Nibiru's. I get token, and then I use Trencher's Graveyard Effect in order to summon the Harvester. Go into Goliath. On summon Phantasmate, draws into an Ash too. Goes into River Stormer overlay, and I get hit by an Ash. I use my extra normal summon I get from the mix to go into an Anger Knuckle, and I have enough gas in my graveyard to activate the Tunneler, shuffling 5 cards. It's pretty tight in terms of 5 cards. I draw into an extra Ash and Nibiru. I draw into another mix, and I have to pass turn. I don't have any like level 10s in my graveyard for Anger Knuckle either, so I'm kind of screwed. He normally summons Chamber. There's no point in dashing Chamber. He goes into the Strike Dragon. No point in dashing that either. Goes into Dragon Ravine. I'm fine with that. Searches the Absolute Rider. Summons back Chamber. Goes into the Appaloosa. And summons the Boot Sector. And here's the play. I wanted to Ash LP and bait out the Appaloosa. And then once he chains Appaloosa, I chain the Nibiru and blow up his board. Practically leaving him with no follow-up. I normal summon the Symphonic Warrior Guitar because not a lot of people know this has an effect when it's normal summon to revive Mix. So I get that. And Mix also gets me the extra normal summon on top of that. So we are able to attack and for a lot of damage. Should have revived the Anger Knuckle by sending Overdrive, and probably not sending Overdrive since the draw of Overdrive is a bit too RNG. But if I draw a monster, I basically win. I kind of forgot about Anger Knuckle. It could revive itself. So he normally summoned to Safer. Probably should have Citadel that, but things happen. He uses Boot Sector's effect in order to summon back Tracer. Summons back another card. Goes in Noodle Fiber. Searches the Black Dragon. Summons some more stuff, and then on summon I use the effect of Overdrive, summoning out Citadel. And now we're going to use Citadel's effect in order to blow up everything he has. So now he has the Brotar, which triggers in hand too. He's going to discard Nibiru, search Levianeer. Decides to banish stuff including a light in order to pop a couple cards. Goes into Heroic Seal, adds back the Levianeer and passes. So use Overdrive in order to shuffle back a couple of cards. And then we will draw another one. Let's see what we draw. Brutal Dozer. Not the greatest draw on Earth, but it still works since I have Anger Knuckle in Graveyard. We send the Heavy forward for Anger Knuckle, use Brutal Dozer's effect in order to summon itself. And then use Brutal Dozer, grab back a Trencher. He uses Spheres to bounce back Trencher and summoning a Black Metal. I tribute 1 for the Trencher in order to summon itself. And then we will link into a copy of Goliath. We use Trencher's Graveyard Effect, summoning back the Bulldozer. And then I don't really have much of a play apart from Ballista, since I can't go into any exegesis because of links. We grab a Gearbox and I believe a copy of Anchor Drill. Yep, that's since I have a normal summon, that's kind of my best choice. I normal summon the Anger Drill, summon back another monster. summon the Ancient Gearbox. I could go into Gigant. I don't run any rank 8, so I can't use Anchor Drill second effect. So I'm forced to go into the Gigant, grab a card, forget that I'm locked into Earth Machine specifically, and accidentally grab an unclassed bar. I probably would have had lethal if I wasn't bad at gaming. I probably would have had lethal if I actually summoned Anger Knuckle from my graveyard during that last turn. It's all comes back to me just being a bad player. He's gonna grab the Red Eyes Darkness Medal, and this was back when I was pretty new to the deck. I hadn't done too many games, and yeah, I'm much higher rated. I haven't done too much grinding since then. I'm still in the process, but he top decks tactics, and I have trap trick. Yeah, it's not going to go well because of the talents. Um, yeah, I'm in my defense. I was still starting out the deck. I would have won if I wasn't just a bad player. Even with a really bad deck, a product of really bad deck building on top of that. Um, I should probably actually look back on the deck because it's actually really cool. So I summon a torrential. I set a torrential because I have the Citadel in graveyard that will float once the torrential is triggered. So now he banishes three lights, not three lights, a combination of lights and darks to summon it, and then I'm kind of forced to torrential, otherwise it just dies. So now I get Citadel's effect in order to summon itself. Uses the boots, summon back the tracer. Uses Tracer's ability, summoning the Recharger. I have to torrential here. I not torrential Citadel here now, since he can either go into Savage or a Chaotic Magical Dragon and kind of just screw me over. And he had the talent, unfortunately. And top decks the World Legacy Card Dragon on top of that. You know how this is going to go. It's kind of obvious. Yup, Boral Sword, I mean. Boral Load is an old memory now, isn't it? Nobody uses it. Lots of attack. Lots of attack. Lots of attack. So, over time, I've gotten better at the game. That's to say the least. See, how long did the match last? It's pretty sure it was pretty long, yeah. 47 minutes. If only I was better at the game. So, that's kind of the lesson. Earth machines are super good as long as you know how to play them correctly. I'll probably update the deck profile for the deck, and I'll somewhat post it later. I'll post the one that I'm using right now too. I just feel that's a lot safer, especially in this grindier format where you're rewarded for being able to grind. And I'll post more regularly now. And before leaving, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.